Many people in their lives fall into a cycle that is difficult to escape. When a person gets caught in such a cycle, everything turns negative. Life becomes repetitive, sadness, depression, laziness, disorder, or as they say, messiness. Alongside all these problems, the person feels the need for dopamine. That's why they seek ways to get this dopamine, and this is where they end up on paths that ruin their lives. Tens of millions of people around the world are trapped in such a cycle, feeling like they can't escape. But is it really impossible to get out of this pit? Anyone who truly wants to can escape. They just have to decide to. How can they do it? Stay with us. The first step is that a person must be in control of themselves, not under the influence of others. So how do we start? First of all, clean and organize the room you live in. Usually, people stuck in this cycle live in very messy rooms. If you enter their room, you'll see something thrown over there, a pizza box on this side. The bed is unmade, clothes are scattered. In the morning, instead of brushing their teeth or shaving, they don't care. And when they look in the mirror, they don't even respect themselves. So, if it's messy, their life will remain messy. So, order and discipline are the first steps to self-control. Keep your living space tidy and take care of your appearance. Have you noticed how good you feel when your house is clean, your kitchen is organized, and your room is neat? You receive a positive energy. Then, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you get another boost of positivity. And that's when you start respecting yourself. When you respect yourself, not only do you respect others, but negative feelings also stay away from you. As you continue this lifestyle, your confidence begins to grow, which is a crucial step in escaping that cycle. So, what's next? Your room is tidy, your kitchen is neat, and you're clean and well groomed. What comes after that? Next, think about what kind of person you want to be. Many addictions happen because people haven't thought about who they want to become. And when we talk about addiction, we don't just mean drugs addiction to phones, addiction to social media. One of the worst addictions today that has made many people depressed is porn addiction. Because a person hasn't decided what kind of person they want to be, they fall into these traps addictions that give them small dopamine hits but ultimately drag them down into a pit. So it's very important that after thinking about who you want to be, you write down your goals. But they should be achievable and realistic goals, not unrealistic dreams. When a person hasn't made decisions for themselves and has no clear goals, they are like a boat in rough waters without a paddle or a rudder. The waves push them in any direction. That's why when you write down your realistic goals and start working toward them, it's like you're taking control of the boat. But how should you choose your goals? Any goal is fine as long as it makes you happy, not others. For example, if you want to build your body and working out makes you happy and proud of yourself, go for it. Or maybe you want to get your university degree. If it makes you happy, pursue it. It's also important that your goals are organized, not messy and unclear. Having too many goals clutters your mind. That's why you shouldn't have more than 2 or 3 major goals. Take a piece of paper and write down where you want to be in 3 years. Just writing it down makes it feel more real. At first, it might seem unbelievable. But for a disciplined person, someone whose life, home, and habits are in order, those goals are achievable. The reason we say your goals should be well planned is that too many scattered goals will only exhaust you. Eventually, you'll reach a point where you've achieved none of them, feel defeated, and fall back into the cycle. For example, a student's goal might be to study, or maybe their goal is to buy some things for themselves, continue playing football, or learn an instrument. As long as these desires are reasonable and achievable with discipline, they can be reached. But if you pile on too many goals, you won't achieve any of them. This leads to a sense of failure, and you fall back into the cycle. We said to write down your goals, but put them somewhere you see every day, like a piece of paper on your wall or a note on your phone. somewhere visible so that you're constantly reminded. Now, let's move on to the next big step: building good habits. For example, wipe down the kitchen counter every day, brush your teeth every morning, iron your clothes. It doesn't matter what the habit is as long as it's positive. When you wake up and have small daily habits to follow, it boosts your energy. Compare that to waking up aimlessly with no plan. One small but powerful habit is to avoid looking at your phone for the first 30 minutes after waking up. In today's world, this is really hard, but when you do it, you strengthen your willpower. It's like you're telling yourself, I'm in control of everything. Most of our mental exhaustion today comes from overthinking. Our minds are constantly active, jumping between 10 or 20 different things. But when you plan your day in advance and know exactly what you'll do tomorrow morning, not only do things go smoothly, but you also feel less exhausted. Seeing everything fall into place builds confidence and helps you escape the negative cycle. Another important step is taking care of your body. How? Move it. Be active. The human body is designed to move, not to sit on a chair or couch all day without motion. When you stay active, your mind becomes clearer, your energy increases, and not only does your life become more positive, but your appearance improves too. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, do some exercise in your room. These things might be hard at first, but once you start and gain momentum, they turn into good habits. And the more positive habits you have, the better. Eventually, they become automatic. Discipline in your routine is crucial. If laziness creeps in and you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, that's the beginning of the downfall that will drag you back into the negative cycle. Discipline is vital because it prevents laziness from pulling you down. When you stay disciplined, you don't lose confidence in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you gain self-confidence. Self-confidence is what ultimately leads you to your goals. Why? Because a confident person doesn't give up after a small failure. Failures may happen, but the person we just described doesn't retreat. A true failure is someone who gives up on their goals and stops trying.